Hi, my name is Virgine. This is Yarn and Glass. I'm going to try to do this intro better. This is a podcast about fiber-related things, that's the yarn, and mosaic-related things, that's the glass. And there'll be segments in this, one of which is going to be a few things I'm working on in knitting. And then there's going to be a studio tour. We redid the studio. Chaos is over. If you watched the last podcast, we apologize.
Well,
But
say something about what happened.
no.
Big flood.
I do not want to go through it again.
Okay.
So yeah. But the studio got totally redone and it's all organized. So I want to show that and what I'm working on, and yeah, maybe a little bit about what we've been doing lately. So first, this is this. Are you ready?
I'm
Me
ready.
to stand up.
I get
This
to
is a
stand-
finished object. This
Okay.
is a sweater I really like. It is, I have named it the Weasley sweater because of all its crazy scraps.
Turn around just now. Let me pan down here. Let's get a little bit more detail.
Yeah,
I don't
and
wanna move
yeah,
it.
it's
Okay.
really basically scraps. I pretty much designed it myself using a basis of a cardigan, but really the cardigan pattern I used, I totally changed. So yeah, it's I'm
Very
real
nice.
happy with it. I'm real happy with it. I'm working on another sweater right now, but I'm not going to show that this time. This time I'm going to show the craziness of socks that I'm working on. I finished two pairs of socks in January, so I'm going to try to do 2 pairs a month, and so I'll have 24 pairs at the end of the
Is that
year.
a lot? Is that a lot of socks for?
Some people knit more than that, but yeah, and a bunch of those are going to be gifts, so they're not all
Okay.
for me. This pair is my second January pair.
Oh, that's
So
nice. Yeah, get that up.
Jawwall yarn. I like them. It's a good sturdy yarn, and yeah. So that's my second January pair. My first January pair has already been mailed out. So just the socks in progress, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pairs, which is crazy. I know it's crazy, but yeah, I like to have a lot going. I seem to have a lot of
Socks?
sock needles. I have a lot of socks. I had to throw about 3 pairs out this year, so
Yeah.
I need to replace them. So this is Knit Spin Farm yarn.
Okay, I'm gonna
Very,
look at it.
very nice yarn.
Uh-huh.
And these should be finished in February. And Emily of Fibertown, these are 2 of her bags. 1, 2.
Oh, yeah,
Oops,
those are
cats and
cute.
socks. I
bags.
always do them 2 at a time, so there's a second one in here that I won't
So
show.
what do
but-
you mean? Can you explain
Well,
that?
I do-
Because I'm not
I-
sure. I'm tracking with you.
Well, okay. So I work 2 at the same time
Oh, okay. Yeah. So one
consecutively
separates them.
on different needles.
Brilliant.
So I get them to the same point, and then I do the other one. I get one to
okay.
the same point and do the other one, just so that they match and so that I get the heels the same and the cuff the same, and so yeah. So that way they get finished at the same time. So that's cool.
That's
So
cool.
that's one. Number 2 is my Advent socks. This yarn, I did an Advent calendar this year with Toad Hollow yarn. So I opened a mini every day, which was really fun. I'm going to do it next year. Thank you, Charlie, because you gave it to me.
I'm Charlie.
Yeah, because it was just fun to get up in the morning and open a mini and see what color I got. So I decided to make socks using some of the yarn this pattern is called Ziggy Plays the Guitar, which is unusual, but I really like the pattern
Yeah.
because it makes these cool
Dealy bops.
yeah,
Lines
geometric
and
figures.
Geometric figures.
Yeah,
there
and then
you
I just added the black just to give it some contrast, and the heel in black and the toe will be
yeah,
black.
that's
So there's 2 of those,
cool.
of course. And then this is another Knit Spin Farm yarn that's been on the needles a while. I'm on the heel on this one. So they're all in different states. And another reason I like to have so many socks going is because I need socks that I can work on in the dark in the movie, like if we go to a movie.
We get to go to a movie?
And yeah,
Great.
someday.
Okay.
So none of those pairs I can yet because one is ribbed. One I'm adding colors to all the time and doing a design, and this one I'm on the heel. So I have to start more socks because I have to be in a point, like on this one, where I'm going down the foot or I'm going down the leg. So this one is past the gusset. The gusset is after the heel. You bring it in.
How did you get the name gusset? What does that mean?
Gusset is it's actually a term in clothes. So it's
like Latin or something.
I think it's in the armpit.
Tempus fugit gusset.
No, I think it's the armpit. But anyway, it's also part of a sock.
Okay.
So yeah, so this is a sock blank. Actually, again, Fibertown, she did a de-stash of some of her things, and she de-stashed a blank yarn sock blank, and I dyed it. So I dyed it with greens and browns, and then I added beige. I'm adding beige, tan, heel, toes, and cuff. But so those will be short socks, which I kind of like short socks. I tend to wear short socks. So there's two of those. I tend to wear short socks with Birkenstocks, and I know that's dorky, but I do it anyway.
It's Eastern European.
I don't.
Chic.
It's got to be chic somewhere, I hope, because it probably isn't chic here, but that I don't care. So these are my watermelon socks. Again, it's a sock blank. There's two of these, and they're gonna look like watermelon. And see, I'm going down the foot, so I can work on these in the movie that you're going to see, maybe.
I get to see a movie.
Yeah, there's some good movies
Any
out,
ideas?
Actually, right now. You want to see Spider-Man, I think. So we'll go to Spider-Man. And this pair is recently started. It's Patton Croy's yarn. So I'm still on the cuff. So I have to finish the cuffs before we can go to a movie on that one.
Why? What difference does it make? Is it harder to do the cuffs when you're...
I just don't want to do knit two, purl two in a movie because I'll lose count.
Whatever that means, I have no idea. But yeah, I believe
That's
you.
the ribbing. This one is very much in the cuff. This is Felici yarn, and this I'm doing a twisted rib. So twisted rib makes it kind of stand out a little bit.
Yeah, I got it.
Knit one, purl one. Looks a little different than that other one, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah,
I'm picking stuff up here.
But that's knit one, purl one. So that one I have to get onto the leg before it's easy knitting. And I usually keep one of these pairs in the car so that I always have something in the car.
When we drive a long distance, I drive and the other person knits the whole time. So I'm driving along and they're knitting and we might listen to a book if we're lucky. Guess what?
You get socks.
But I do get socks.
You do get socks.
It's all well worth it.
So the other thing I want to talk about, I watch Karen of Round the Twist, who's been podcasting a long time. And she has been, the last year or two, she's been working on making little snowflakes, crocheted snowflakes out of this book. 99 snowflakes. So, oh no.
Oh no, we have a thing where, we're going to...
Alexa's presence.
We think we're going to leave that in because it's really cute. It's good.
We're mailing, not because we need a reminder.
We're not
about
old
that,
at all.
but we have to mail.
Alexa's presence.
We have to go to the post
office.
office.
Alexa, if you hear this, you'll know what shape our brains are in. But don't tell anybody else.
But that's not. We know when your birthday is.
It's just that we might be knitting and forget to. We got to put in the mail today.
We are older.
We're older than most.
We have to go to the post office this morning.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, back to this book.
Back to the book.
I gotta cut that out.
No, you don't. Keep going.
Okay, so I thought this is really cool to do. Maybe do a whole Christmas tree with just snowflakes, right? Crocheted snowflakes. Right. I used to make big ones. I used to make doilies in the olden days. Crochet them out of very tiny cotton thread with very tiny hooks. So I know how to do this. So I thought, well, I'll buy this book. So I went on the internet and I looked at it, and it was like it was like $150, $160. And it's like, no, I can't, I'm not doing that. But then I found it at a well, like World Book or Thrift Book store for like $12. So I bought it. It's either Karen has upped the price in this book by making these snowflakes, or this book is out of print. Most likely.
And collectible.
Most likely this book is out of print.
And you got a good deal.
1998. It's not that old, but it's kind of old. So I'm copying her so much because I'm doing 5 of each one right now.
Okay.
I'm on number 7, so I've got 35 plus actually 10. Because then, so I started doing the little, they're really cute. I mean, look at that.
Oh gosh,
You see that?
That's cute.
Those are the little white ones, and then you said you didn't really want a all white tree. So then I got out some bigger thread in red.
I kind of, so I like the little, it just seems
variety.
better.
Can you see that?
I can see it. I don't know everybody else likes it.
So I'm doing 5, sometimes I'm going to do 5 of the red and 5 of the white in each bag. So I've got about 45 so far, and that's now good. It's the beginning of February. Think I'll have enough for a tree?
So we'll have, like 300?
I started it in the second week in January. So
I think it'll look real nice.
I think it'll be cool, and I
different color maybe.
I may, because of you, I may add a third color.
Okay.
I'm not sure. No, not purple. Maybe
orange.
like a light green.
Or light green.
Or a lime green. I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
But anyway, so I'm going to work on those throughout the year until Christmas, and we'll see if they get on the tree. And the white ones.
That's what you make it out of.
Big ball of thread.
Okay, so that's what you pull that off, and so that'll make about 10,000, right?
That would make a lot of snowflakes.
It's a lot of snowflakes.
I'm not going to run out, so don't worry about that.
I'm not worried.
So that is the knitting. Oh, I didn't say where you could find me.
Well, wait a minute, too. We got another thing. Okay, go do that.
Okay, where you can find me. Mostly Mosaics by Virgene, Virgene, on Instagram and Facebook and a blog that I do occasionally, and Etsy. Etsy. And then Mosaic Madness is my Ravelry name. So Knitting Mosaic Madness is a second Instagram account. So those are places you can find me.
Hey, we've been sitting there doing this, and I'm looking behind you, and you got pictures on the wall, right?
Yeah.
You got 1, 2, 3, 4. One you can't see real well. There it goes a little bit, but they're all children, and the guy on the top actually did all that. He did the artwork on those pictures, so it's just really cool family thing. But the other thing, we're gonna have a contest. If you look above, right here, there's this thing.
What are we doing?
And the thing is, it's something, and if somebody can identify what that is, and it can't be family or friends. Because they know, because they've been over and they've talked to us, and we tell them
here's the problem.
What's the problem?
Family and friends are the only people that watch this podcast.
No, there's thousands of people who watch it. They just don't. They don't tell us that.
No.
But if you look back up here, you'll see this thing, and so if you can tell us what it is, you will win a prize.
Okay.
And the other thing, one more thing, and I'll be quiet because I should be quiet because I am the cameraman. But you look over your right shoulder, and there's a bunch of little guys right there.
Oh, I know. It's the gnome home.
That's a gnome home.
He's still up.
And they're still up, and they love us. The gnomes love us.
Yes.
So there you go.
But I have restrictions that I've imposed on myself
I know.
on when I can make gnomes.
I
I have a lot of restrictions, but they're
self-imposed.
self-imposed.
Not for me.
They're totally self-imposed. But I can only work on the gnomes during certain television shows. I won't mention which ones because that's probably not a good idea.
We can't tell you, but write us, we might tell you. Who knows?
Yeah, but so that's when I can. Dan, that's a very short amount of time because I can only take the news so long.
Oh, because I hear you.
They're news shows.
So, what do you think? Go ahead.
So that is really limiting the gnome
Because we don't watch the news much anymore because I was pulling my hair out or what. But anyway, okay, I digress.
Yeah, so there we go. And that's the knitting segment. The next segment will be in the studio.
In the studio?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Okay.
All right, bye.
See you then. So in this segment, I'm going to show you around my newly organized studio that I'm so excited about. The flooding disaster that we had made me totally reorganize and label everything, and I'm really happy with it. And I have moved in and I'm working. So this segment, I'm just going to show you around the studio a little bit and what we have here. That's the ring saw where I can cut glass to any shape I want. And there's the grinder, the light. And down below here, I have two big buckets. I've organized any glass that I've had laying around into a bucket of already cut up, ready for the tumbler, and ready to cut up. So two different tubs. There's some boxes down here that are all labeled with, they're either they're Mexican tiles and necklace materials, concho belts, pencils. Then there's strips up here of glass that I cut thin for typically for some of my contemporary pieces. Some rolled up towels for after tumbling. There's the two tumblers that are going. This shelf here, I'm trying to stay away from the window because the light makes it dark. These little drawers here are all little tiles that I use for borders, like those that are from Kismet. I think I've talked about them before. There's a shape that I did from the ring saw, so you can pretty much draw anything and cut it out. It's very fun. And just some few things up on top. The microphone stand. I mean the phone stand. There's some more Mexican tiles. I really like using those. There's patterns for my littles, which are I'll show you when we get to them. Home Depot tiles, small tiles. Down here there's some large sheets of Home Depot tiles that I use for borders. Now I did my thumb. I tell Charlie not to put his thumb in. That's a tool I'm going to show you later when we're showing what I'm working on. That our children and Charlie designed for me. So here, this is what I've been really working on, organizing these drawers and getting them all labeled. Yeah, so now it's totally filled with drawers. It wasn't before. I think the two bottom shelves had some of those boxes on them. But these are totally tumbled, all tumbled glass in drawers. Let me find one that doesn't have a bag in it. It's been tumbled and it's labeled. This is a mix of brown glass, from beige to yellow. So all the way through, I start with clear glass so that when I do glass on glass, I know where to find glass that you can see through. Well, you can't do it. But yeah, you can see through that versus glass that you can't. And then up on top of my shelves, I have all sorts of jars, mostly mason jars, filled with marbles and beads and bubbles and anything else, little tiny bits. Just anything that I've found over the years. Some shells in the back. In the laundry room, there's about 8 boxes of shells, so that's not all the shells, unfortunately. Then I have this cool IKEA stand here with my notebooks of patterns and photos and things like that. Some of my tools, my labeling device that I just finished using. Lots of my little baby glues, some of which I've already put weld bond in, and some of which I probably have some in here that I don't know where they went, that I just bought that still say Elmer's glue. I put washi tape on them after I switch it to weld bond. Then here's all tools. There's weld bond and a pencil sharpener and things like that, and lots of rulers and compasses and nippers and all that sort of thing. Here's actually one of the littles that I was working on, a cat. He still needs a face. We call that a little because, well, it's little, and we sell them at art shows just as a way to kind of make the booth be. And I won't show you what I'm working on because we're going to film that later. So then, if I walk around here, I'm always cutting glass. So this bucket, this nipper is my original nipper, and it's a good use of an old crocheted dishcloth because I wore out the handles, but I'm just so comfortable with this nipper that I still use it, even though I have a couple other ones. Always paper towels over here, and this box is to catch flying glass. So when I'm cutting a corner off of something, I cut it into this. When I'm working, I cut it into this. This is a little, well, it's actually a bead vacuum, but it works really well for cutting, for scooping up little bits of glass that have fallen in. Oh, you see my Band-Aid jar. Band-Aid jar with lube, is that Lubriderm? That sounds wrong. Neosporin. I don't know where I came up with that name. Neosporin, just in case. I often don't even leave the studio when I get cut because I get cut so often. There's a board for cutting strips, so that I can make straight strips with a special cutting device. Here's all my sheets of stained glass. So if I need a shape or something, or I want to do strips or whatever, I still have, or I just need a color for those drawers, I can still cut that up. Here is, oh, there's my sardine clock. Here's some, I started doing some three-dimensional pieces, and then I kind of lost interest in it, but I still have a few that I could do. I like the lady with the jug and the rooster, but who knows if I'll ever get to it. There's a rooster that's a chalkboard. Chicken is not for dinner. There's a guitar that I bought for $5 because I was going to do that, and I may still. And there's a basket of those littles and a container with some pieces, larger, not medium-sized pieces of glass in case, again, I want to cut out a shape or I need a specific something for a show. These drawers are all feathers. So they're little tiny slivers and all tumbled. All the things in drawers, the glass has been tumbled, so that smooth edges. So I have feathers in lots of different colors. You know, I use it for grass. I use it for pretty much, I used a lot on the wolf. So I have all those colors, and then all my clear glass is over here that I've cut. That mostly glass that's been donated to me. I've never bought a sheet of glass that is clear with lines in it or some sort of design in it, but I do actually use it now and then. Windshields, things like that, if I want to do a window in a piece. Here, well, I've got stuff on the walls, but so, and here's mahjong tiles. I bought a couple sets of broken tiles on eBay, so that, and I've made quite a few tables, and actually Lazy Susan recently with mahjong tiles and a mahjong character in the middle. There's a couple trays. And over here, I've bought some wrought iron stands with, that's glass, going to be glass on glass, those pieces in the brown paper. And then if you put a light behind, or these you have a candle behind these, kind of cool. So you have the glass on glass, if I can get it off of there, glass on glass in the slot with the candle behind it. And you can, then it will show off the stained glass. And that bag down there, Cozumel, has extra bags of tumbled glass that don't fit in the drawers. So if I have way too much of a certain color, I can close my doors, and that's all the way around. That is my studio. Yeah, it's a pretty wonderful place to work. I have 2 tables here that are in an L shape so that I can have somebody with me working. And I typically work over there in the middle of the L. And yeah, it's pretty exciting. And a wonderful lamp. Yeah, so that's my studio. When I was doing the tour of the studio, not too long ago, I forgot to look under this table, and there's a shelf, and it's where all my Millefiori is.
I'm going to come over and we're going to take a close-up to this.
Really, it's just cool.
It's so interesting.
They're little tiny glass pieces of a tube that is cut, and I buy them in little bags, and I have a whole
hard to open now. Lots of them.
A lot of them. I have 4 different cases of them. Some of them big
and some
are little. 4 cases, because I love them so much. I use them a lot. So that's Millefiori. And I forgot about it.
You forgot about it. Well, I'm glad you remembered.
I know. So this is what I'm working on right now. This is obviously
I'm on my way over.
A Volkswagen Bug, yellow Bug, 1970, which I owned, was my first car.
Oh, that's cool.
And yeah,
I like that a lot.
And I'm finished with the Volkswagen. I just have to do the background, and I've just been laying out some colors to kind of play with. Maybe doing browns as a kind of a road going through here, and these pastels under here.
That's great.
And then the sky, kind of darker.
So I'm gonna come in real close because I want to show the folks how intricate the glass work is, and even on the windshields.
Yeah.
It's cool. Look at that.
Well, that's some of that clear glass that I was talking about. It works real well for.
And it's going to look kind of like the Volkswagen bus.
Well, it's gonna go with the Volkswagen bus.
Yeah, and some of it almost has a Monet quality to it with the glass, but kind of like that. It's cool. Hey, there is some good news about the bus. I know
there is some good news.
We should share this,
which we learned today. I submitted three different mosaics. I shouldn't do that now.
We're filming. Okay.
I don't put things away. I submitted 3 pieces to a juried art show, and it's at Texas State University in Round Rock. It's called Imagine, and it's the month of March.
It's a cool art show.
Yeah, until a little early April. And it's very cool, and I was in it once before, about 3 years ago, I think. And I've submitted this year, I've submitted Wolf and the VW bus and the abandoned truck, and the bus got in.
We're going to show you the...
and I'll insert a picture. Right. I'll insert a picture right here.
This is a cool place where people dress up. There's, the winner of each category has a nice thing. You walk around, you have drinks, and you eat food, and it's really cool.
It's very cool.
Really cool. Big show.
Pretty exciting to be in it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'll insert a picture right here. Pause. Okay. About 2 years ago, I was doing one of my mosaic classes, and there were 11 people in it. And I knew I needed more glass than I had at the time. So I was cutting glass a lot with these wheel nippers. And the way I cut glass, I often will cut them into strips with a stripper or whatever it's called. But the nipper just makes little pieces like this. But you can see where it's hitting on my thumb, and I got trigger thumb, and because I was using it so much, and our sons, and Charlie figured out a system that I didn't need my thumb for, and so this nipper is permanently inside this block of wood.
Yeah.
It's got this nice tray with an open end, so you can pour, or you can have a long piece coming out. And what you do is you just push on it.
Yeah, that's really.
And it's actually faster. You can go really fast.
Whoa!
Yeah, it's kind of fun to use. Yeah,
that is brilliant, isn't it? Look at that.
That was brilliant.
And the nipper stays right there in the turn.
Yeah, it will
tricky part.
It will be there forever until we need a new one. But you can change the little wheels on it, so you can make it work again. But it is in there.
Good thing.
Yeah, it was a very good thing, and it was very nice of them to do that for me.
Yeah, that was a teamwork thing.
Yeah, the other thing that I'm working on
pan down here
is this. Excuse me. This piece, this wooden piece, was the bottom of our coffee table. A tray on the bottom of our coffee table, and we didn't like it. So we took it out, and Charlie decided to play around what he does with wood, and he made this kind of sun figure in it. Excuse me.
It's okay. Yeah.
Wow, I need wine. And so I started mosaicing it, and I'm going to do these sunbursts coming out where I've drawn, and then do probably a background of a dark blue, and we're going to hang it. I think we'll have it professionally hung because it is so
heavy. It's going to be really heavy.
Charlie wants it above our bed, but I've got a feeling
we don't want to die
that it will kill us.
We don't want to die. No.
I think we better put it somewhere else.
Those wooden things are connected, and we'll drill a hole in them.
Yeah.
It'll be 4 different areas will be attached to the wall.
Yeah.
And then we'll put the little wooden round dealy bob. We'll put there too, so it'll be. I think
these kind of things.
Yeah, those kind of things.
Yeah, those things.
Or whatever they call them, but so I think it's going to look real nice when it's all done.
I think it's going to be lovely.
I don't think it's going to fall on us. We're hoping.
It's really heavy. It's going to once I mosaic it and grout it, it's going to be very very heavy. So that's a problem.
Okay.
So anyway, that's what I'm doing in the studio. We were going to talk a little bit about what was going on in our life.
We are.
Yeah. So we
have the things going on in our life right this minute.
we had an opportunity to dog sit for a weekend a week ago for a fabulous little dog that I'm in love with named Irish. Thank you, Aggie. And I told Aggie that I would dog sit for this dog anytime, and I had an ulterior motive. What was that?
Well, see, we've had cats and dogs through our history, and I was, it takes a wee bit of work with the dog, a little less with a cat, depending on the cat. But I was thinking I wasn't really ready for a dog, and this might have been kind of a trick.
Until you met Irish.
Well, Irish kind of won my heart. Irish is such a cute dog. He's a breed that's
he's a Havanese, and he's a large Havanese. So we want Irish's stepbrother. We really do. At some point.
We could steal Irish. No, we can't steal Irish. No, we can't. No.
We cannot do that.
No, we can't.
He's fabulous. But anyway, we took some videos, and one of the videos that we took we're calling Man versus Dog, or How to Harness a Dog.
And it's a learning tool because you can see the unique ways we worked it all out. So we could actually take Irish for a walk.
He loved walking. It wasn't that he didn't want to go on a walk. He just doesn't like his harness very much. But once it's on, he's fine.
And where we live in a place where there's tons of dogs. So this was like heaven for Irish.
Yeah.
It was like heaven.
He was meeting a lot of dogs. Yes, he was. But yeah, so I'm going to insert that video.
Okay.
Here, and yeah, and then we'll sign off after the video.
Okay. All right. I'm going to switch off right now, and we'll attach the video how we get up every morning.
Okay. Whoa! Stop. Okay.
I like it. It's cute. Yeah.
All right. Now.
Where? Ooh,
do it. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe sideways is better. I'm not sure.
No, that's okay.
Okay. All right. You could.
There he is. He's
All
waiting.
Right. We're gonna go for a walk. You ready to put the harness on? Huh? You ready? Come here. We're gonna go do that.
He likes the harness.
It's so exciting.
He likes the harness.
You have to wear this. I have a treat. I have a treat. I do. You gotta come here to get it. See? It's a treat. Yum.
Who's gonna win this?
I have a treat and a harness.
The dog has cute.
You can't have the treat until you put the harness in. You ready? Okay, come here. Come here. I know. Okay, sit. Sit. No, oh, you gotta come over here.
This isn't actually our dog. This is a loaner dog from a friend we're taking care of, and
oh, you're doing so
it is
good.
the cutest dog in the whole
Can't
universe.
Have the treat yet. You gotta put this
Oh,
on.
he's gonna. Oh, God, almost worked. Oh,
Come here. Come
I'm
here.
getting him here so I can watch all this melodrama play out.
Here, look, I have a treat. So
Look,
tiny.
this is-
Okay, sit. Sit.
Okay, this is based on a true story.
Come here. Sit. Come here. I have a treat. I know.
I'd get the treat
Want this
myself.
treat.
Oh, look at this. Okay. Oh, this is right. Okay. Okay. All right.
Come here. Come here. I have a treat.
Please go there.
I have a treat.
It's a treat.
Come here. Okay, sit.
See, it's like life. You got two things you're interested in. One you hate, and the other one you love.
Come
And you
here.
have to
Come
do the
here.
one you hate.
Right now.
And she's getting forceful now. But it's obviously not working.
Do you want to go for a walk? Huh? Want to go for a walk?
I want to go for a walk.
Walks are
Oh,
good.
I'll stay out
I
of
have a
it.
treat.
Here comes a treat. Oh God.
Treat.
Okay, so it's gonna work.
Okay,
It's gonna work.
sit.
Sit.
Gotta
Okay.
put this on you. Come here.
Oh God, there's hope. Oh God,
There's hope.
there's hope.
Come here. Treat. Treat.
This could be an hour-long show here.
Stay.
Okay, oh, cool.
Stay. Good boy.
Good boy.
So good. Now sit. You're gonna get the treat.
Must
Sit
not have
down,
known the
sit.
word sit yet.
Sit. Sit.
How about harness?
Sit. No.
Harness doesn't work.
We'll put this on. You'll be fine. It's not that bad. It's just a little.
When you're dog sitting, you get to learn all kinds of new tricks yourself.
It's just a harness. It's not going to kill you.
And we cannot
If it
have this
lost
dog
you, it would be the end of the world.
escape and lose the
you.
beautiful
Do
baby,
you
and
understand that?
it'd be horrendous.
There. See, that wasn't so bad.
I feel like a
We need
play-by-play
one leg.
guy at a football game.
See how good you're
And
being?
there-
Here, treat.
The treat is given, and there is a treat, and we're happy about that. And now we're going to put this.
Lock you up.
Don't say lock you
Oh my
up.
God,
No,
we're
no,
not
don't say
gonna do
that. Okay, look at this.
How is that?
This is coming close. Okay,
that-
the ball's in the air.
Oh dear.
So you can't remember how to
Why not?
catch the ball or
It just
fasten the
looks like
harness.
It's twisted.
It's going to come. It's twisted. It's bad.
It's not twisted.
There's just is it going to work? Okay, we're all in hushed, almost silence here.
Okay, we're novices at this.
We are novices.
Why
No
is it
size.
clicking? See, I think it's twisted.
It's twisted. We're thinking it's twisted. We're walking over here to get a real close play-by-play of this whole thing. The shenanigans. Okay, the dog looks relatively unhappy, but
Why is it going?
the human looks relatively unhappy. I'm the only happy one in the room. Okay, here we go.
See,
We're looking at it. We
something wrong over
we
here.
do have college degrees,
Okay,
but you may not
let's
be able to
change
tell
it.
that right now.
Let's change your foot.
We got to change your foot. No, well, I
Something
can't take
is
the foot
wrong
off.
with the foot.
There's
Okay.
something wrong with the foot.
See, that
Okay,
feels Oh, see, it was twisted.
It's twisted. See?
I told you.
Brilliant.
Okay. Now put the foot in. You're doing so
I
good.
think I heard a dog say, "It's twisted."
I think
I'm not
you
sure.
need another treat.
Oh, poor dog. What a
Poor
face on that
Okay,
dog.
now it'll go. Watch this.
Ready?
Click.
Ah!
Ta-da!
Hallelujah.
You're all set. See?
Who won this?
Was that so bad?
A treat
Dog won.
and a walk?
Won.
And there you go.
Dog
So,
won.
okay.
Yay! We're gonna go for a walk.
We'll go for a walk now.
Let's do
Hold
it.
on. We won't take you for the walk. See, she's leaning forward so we can actually talk to you. Okay.
We are on the porch.
We're on the porch.
And we just want to sign off.
We want to
Happy
sign off.
knitting, happy mosaicing, and whatever
and-
else that you have fun doing. It's,
Yeah, just enjoy life.
enjoy
and,
life, yeah.
you know, the thing is, whoever wants to vote for me getting a dog can vote because I'm kind of like going, ooh. on
yeah.
it. So
no,
we'll see.
We're getting a dog.
We're probably going to get a dog.
We're
Cheers,
getting a-
everybody.
Cheers.
Now she's going to lean in and turn the thing off.
This is This is closing episode 7 of Yarn and Glass, and yeah, Mosaics by Virgin most everywhere, and yeah.
And me.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay.
Oh God, I have to lean forward.